video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008185J with battery substantial physical harm. Is there a history, Mr. Howard? Good afternoon.
Hey, 21 total. I'm sorry, 4 total. Last arrest was 2021. Out of Kentucky, theft of services. 2020 ag assault, prohibited weapons. Unlawful possession of handguns. Possession of weapons for unlawful purpose. Says indicted. Got a hold out of Henry County for larceny. Jail was the recommendation.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Pope.
This is an incident that took place on March 10th, 2022 at 311 Cortland Street Northeast. The defendant struck Adriana Chapman in the face, causing a bruise on her face and a knot on her forehead. The defendant also pepper sprayed the victim during the course of the altercation. The victim was an employee at Motel 6 working the front desk. My office has spoken with Ms. Chapman, who confirmed the events in the warrant. She confirmed that she did sustain bruising to her face from being hit and burning to her face from being pepper sprayed. She no longer works at that location. She did say that she would be okay with no contact with the defendant, and she should be present here on Zoom. I would ask that you sound for Ms. Chapman in accordance with Marcy's law.
Okay, I'll do that at the end of your presentation, Ms. Pope. Anything further?
Nothing further. The bond recommendation is URJ, unsecured judicial release to the jail, to the holds from McDonough. And no contact with Adriana Chapman, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
If Miss Adriana Chapman is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Does not appear so, Ms. Pope.
Thank you.
Ms. Kim, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection to any of the state's recommendations?
No objection, Your Honor, except I would like to make it clear that my client denies the allegation. She never carried any kind of pepper spray. She believes that this is somebody else's case, probably wrong person. Other than that, we have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Adriana Chapman, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Williams.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Number 9, Ms. Thomas.
Good afternoon, Ms. Thomas. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're completing by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Was that a yes? I'm sorry, Ms. Thomas.
Okay, yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008184C with theft by taking. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
3rd arrest, 2018 out of DeKalb County, trespass. 2016 shoplifting. This was level 1.
Ms. Pope?
This incident took place on December 20th, 2023, where Officer Jones met with the victim, Talia Roswell, who stated that she was expecting a package from UPS at 806 Eloise Court Southeast in Atlanta, Fulton County, Georgia. She contacted UPS after some time, who stated that the package had already been delivered. The victim was able to speak with the driver, who stated that he delivered the package to the wrong person. He recorded himself delivering the package and went back to the person that he delivered it to, who indicated the package was delivered to her twin sister. The delivery driver did in fact leave his phone number. The officers responded to that location, and they had an opportunity to speak with the defendant, who indicated that her boyfriend had given most of the items back.
I'm sorry, Ms. Pope, excuse me. Whoever's on the iPhone, please mute yourself.
On my bones.
Can we mute that out? Thank you. I apologize, Ms. Pope. Go ahead.
Okay. Officers spoke with the defendant who indicated that her boyfriend had given most of the items back. She did admit that she had taken the package from the building at 806 Unit A. All the items were valued at $600. Everything was returned except for a necklace that was valued at $200. Our office was able to speak with the victim. She stated that she does not live in the apartment complex and she should be present today on Zoom. The state's recommendation is a UJR pretrial level 1, no further contact with Talia Roswell. And that's the full recommendation.
Is this your case, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can proceed.
Yes, my client is 25 years old. We would like to request for a signature on bond through jail. She was working for Family Dollar and yet she got laid off. So she has not been had any income for last 2 months. She has 2 minor children, 3 years old and 3-month-old, that she is a single mom taking care of 2 children. We request for a signature bond through the jail. Thank you.
If Ms. Talia Roswell is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. All right, it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail, no further contact with Talia Roswell, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's an add-on, Mr. Patrick Weems.
Okay, I don't have an add-on calendar.
Yeah, I got the history though whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, I'll need someone to give me a case number, give me what he's charged with.
That last bond was 2,000, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Is there someone that can provide me with this information? Ms. Chapman, good afternoon.
Judge Morrow, the case has not been accused at this time. It's still linked to the DA's number. We're waiting for them to unlink the charge so we can assign an accusation number.
Okay. Can we go to someone else while that's being done?
Yes, that's fine. Number 4, Gates.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gates. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Thank you. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008188E with unlawful manufacture of license tags, obscuring or missing license plate, acquiring a license plate for the purpose of concealing identification of the motor vehicle, wrong way on a one-way street, and expired or no license plate or decal. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
23 total. 2022 was the last arrest probation. Got an open case in Superior Court, theft by receiving, possession of a vehicle with altered VIN. That's 19 SC 168216. Another open case in Superior Court for theft by receiving, 20 SC 175492. 2019 probation. And you got several FTAs in this history. Got a 2016 theft by receiving conviction. 2010 robbery, first offender, and he got an open CP case. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon, theft by receiving, and financial transaction card theft. This was level 3.
Got the
Here, Thomas.
brief facts of the case. It appears that on the 19th of December 2023, the officers conducted a traffic stop because there was a vehicle driving with a busted window that was replaced with a foreign material, which is common practice in vehicles that had previously been stolen. I guess as a result of said traffic stop, the officer discovered that the tag that was presented on the back of the vehicle that was registered, that was coming back as registered to Florida, was in fact counterfeit. Your Honor, the recommendation from the state in this case is a signature bond through the pretrial services, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Ty.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 32 years old. He does have a 7-year-old child. He's lived in Georgia all his life and graduated from Fayette County High School. He has extensive family ties in the state and is not a flight risk. I understand there is some history. He does deny the allegations. And I would be requesting a signature bond through pretrial services level 3 because of the history. And nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, for each of the charges, it will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3, makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Gates.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Number 6, Hines.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hines. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Hines, you've been charged in case 23 CR 008190G with battery family violence, 2 counts, and 3 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
7 total. Last arrest was possession of marijuana. So in 07, he was convicted for ag assault and served 10 years. That's what the sentence read. I got he on U.S. probation, let me see, for 60 months as of 2021. Not sure what that charge was. This was level 3, if you saw it.
I think the charge might have been sale of heroin, but brief facts of the case is on October 1st, 2023, the officer was dispatched to a man beating a woman call at the location of 1095 Gun Club Road, apartment B, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, and Fulton County, Georgia. The officer met with the victim. The victim is Tiffany Jones, who stated that she was in an altercation with the defendant. The victim stated that the defendant arrived at her apartment, started arguing with her over his vehicle, which had been abandoned in front of the yard. The victim stated that the defendant then wrapped his hands around her neck because he was upset and that she started to quote unquote spaz out. And after fighting the defendant to get him off her neck, she stated that he then uppercut her with a closed fist. The victim also stated that 3 kids were present at the time when she was fighting with the defendant. The victim had officers observed injuries to the victim's neck and to her upper lip. She refused EMS treatment at the time because she was afraid to leave the kids at the house. But the juvenile victim's initials are BJ, DJ, and DH. Your Honor, our office has not been able to get in contact with the victim in this case. So if we could sound for her at the conclusion of the state's request, that'd be greatly appreciated in accordance with Marcy's law. But the request from the state is a $6,500 surety bond. I believe that comes out to be $2,500 on each battery and $500 on the remaining 3 cruelty to children counts. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no contact with the victims in this case, a stay away from that incident location, and the completion of a family violence intervention program.
And who's representing Mr. Hines?
Keith Cook, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Cook. You can proceed. And first, let me sound for Tiffany Jones. If Ms. Tiffany Jones is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Doesn't appear so. Yes, Mr. Cook.
Yes, I too tried to find Miss Jones and to no avail. My honor, excuse me, my client denies the allegations as stated. but we understand there's serious allegations. We would ask the court to do a signature bond under the recommendation of pretrial at a level 3. This is the, I don't believe they're married, but they're significant others. So this is the address where they both reside.
All right, so for each of the battery family violence charges, it will be a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 3. For each of the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, it'll be a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Makes for a total of a $6,500 pretrial bond level 3. No further contact with Ms. Jones. Stay away from the Glen Club Road address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that he might have there. There's to be third-party transfer of any minor children that they share. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Hines.
Judge Morrow, what was the charges for the cruelty to the third? I mean,
it's $500 signature bond for each of the cruelty charges.
thank you.
Okay.
And total $6,500 SOB to pretrial, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
it's 2,500. Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry. It's 2,500 for the battery family violence. Each
For
charge.
each charge, so that should add up to 5,000.
Yes,
500 for the cruelty should add up to 1,500, and then it should be a total of 6,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Francois, do you have Caleb Ashley in the court with you?
Yes.
Would it be possible to take him next? I believe he has a private attorney on the line.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Ford.
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't realize that Mr. Ashley had a private attorney. May I have a moment or a breakout with the attorney? I don't know if that's something I can do.
Yes, do you have, we'll go to someone else and while you all
And I can say it on, I mean, what, I can say it in open court. I wanted
We
to
probably, yeah, we
discuss.
probably can. Sure.
Okay,
I
what
was
would
going to
you all
offer
like?
diversion on this case, and it's already been approved by my office, and I want to see if that was something his client would like to consider. If not, we
Yes, Your
can.
Honor. Counsel.
Okay, do you need to speak with him, Mr. Ford?
I did not, Your Honor. I've spoken to his parents, and when I spoke to him yesterday, we met, and we're on board with pretrial diversion.
Okay, so you're requesting a signature bond through the jail, Ms. Pope?
Yes.
The only suggestion I would have is that the Sterling Lane address, the location of the alleged incident is where he lives. And we would ask that he be allowed to return to that property and also be allowed to have no violent contact with the alleged victim, his brother, as opposed to
Okay.
no contact, respectfully.
And that was going to be the state's full recommendation. We did have an opportunity to speak with both the victim as well as the mother of the defendant, and that was their wishes.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just put this in the regular course of how I do things. So let me first address Mr. Ashley. Good afternoon, Mr. Ashley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? You can unmute for me, courtroom 2.
No, sir, I don't mind.
So I'm asking if we can do this by video.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Ashley.
Yes, sir.
You've been you're fine, Mr. Ashley. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008187F with battery. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
No.
Okay, Ms. Pope.
Your Honor, this is an incident that took place on December 20th, 2023, when officers responded to 1015 Sterling Lane in Alpharetta, Georgia, in reference to an altercation. The victim, Mr. Ashley's brother, Emerson Ashley, explained that his brother was being disrespectful to their mother. He decided to verbally defend his mother, and in return, the defendant punched him in the face, which caused a noticeable swelling around his right eye. The defendant did admit to striking his brother in the eye because he felt he was talking to him crazy. Our office was able to speak with the victim, the defendant's brother, and he did indicate that they do not live together. The defendant does, in fact, live at the incident location. The victim did confirm the events in the warrant, stated that he called the police because he was upset, but did not mean for this situation to turn out this way. Our office also spoke to the defendant's mother, and she confirmed that the victim does not live at the location, and she would like for the defendant to return to the residence. I believe that the mother and brother were planning on being present if the court wanted to hear from them.
Okay, I see Mr. Emerson Ashley there. Good afternoon, sir. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Of course, you don't have to, but if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to unmute yourself and I'll have to swear you in.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm
Yes.
Emerson Ashley.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate what I spoke to the solicitor's office and, just let you know as well. I want to apologize to the court in regards to this. I acted impulsively. Me and my brother do not have a history of violence, nor, being argumentative. This was the first time something like this occurred. Usually we were respectful of each other, and again, I don't live at the address with my parents and himself. So, I would like to ask the court, if possible, to show him leniency, just because, it was, like I said, I acted impulsively, but my brother has no priors. Overall, he is, a good adult. And that's all I
Okay.
have, Your Honor. Thank you.
I appreciate you being here this afternoon. Would you like to have contact with your brother moving forward?
Yes, I would.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir. Mr. Ford, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, so it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. No further violent contact with Mr. Emerson Avery, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. And how old is Mr. Ashley?
21, I believe.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. Make sure. Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Ashley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sir. You're welcome.
Number
Do we have
11, Williams,
Okay.
Tyreek, yes.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I do. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008189G with reckless driving, improper or erratic lane change, and failure to obey a stop sign. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
13 total. 2023 probation. 2021 suspended license, no load, possession of marijuana conviction. 2016 probation. 14 failure to appear, probation. 2013 obstruction conviction. 2012 failure to appear. 2011 suspended license, no load, driving without a valid license. This was level 2.
Ms. Pope?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident took place on December 21st, 2023, when Sergeant Mays of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office Panther Traffic Safety Unit was conducting traffic enforcement in the area of Ivan Allen Boulevard and Northside Drive. Sergeant Mays observed a silver Audi westbound on Ivan Allen in the right turn lane to turn onto Northside Drive. The vehicle continued straight and changed lanes in the intersection, cutting off another vehicle. Same vehicle was moving at a high rate of speed. As the officer turned around, he observed the vehicle in the distance still moving at a high rate of speed. He activated his emergency equipment and attempted to catch up to the vehicle. He then observed the vehicle run through the stop sign at Ivan Allen and Sunset without stopping. As the officer topped the hill at the same intersection, he saw the vehicle suddenly attempt to make a left turn. The vehicle ran up onto the curb and hit the tension lines holding the power pole in place. The driver attempted to exit the vehicle in a hurry. However, the officer intercepted him and detained him. When asked why he was driving so reckless, the defendant stated he was on the phone with his girl and heard another male in the background. He said that he was hurrying home because he was upset. On count one, the state's recommendation for reckless driving is $1,500 surety bond. Count two, improper lane change, $500 surety bond. Count three, failure to stop at stop sign, $500 surety bond, or a total of $2,500 surety bond.
Ms.
Yes,
Kim?
Your Honor. My client, Mr. Williams, is 37 years old. He has been here in Georgia for the last 6 years. He resides with his disabled brother and his minor son. So we would like to request for signature on bond through pretrial level 2. These are all driving violations, and he needs to get back to work so that way he can continuously take care of his brother and son. He is working as a superintendent at Team Construction Company. He's been working there for the last 6 years, and he graduated from high school. He also has an associate degree, Your Honor. We would like to request for a signature on bond through pretrial level 2. Thanks.
Okay, for each charge, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial, makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. I'm gonna make that level 1. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, Judge Morrow, I have 3 charges on the calendar, but on the 3 card, it's 4.
Should have said there should have been an NOD on count 4, which is the distracted driving. I sent the paperwork. I emailed it over today.
Okay, thank you.
Who do we have on the iPhone there that's eating? Who is that? Ma'am?
Yes.
Who do we have next?
This is number 3, gasket.
Okay, thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good afternoon. Pronounce your last name for me. Yes, sir. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Thank you. You've been charged in case 23 CR 008186H with no insurance, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, driving while your license was suspended or revoked, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and expired or no license plate or decal. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
19 total. Last was 2022. Yeah. On probation out of DeKalb for ag assault, ag stalking. 2022 battery DV obstruction conviction, failure to appear. 2014 driving without a valid license. I think he has a hold out of Decatur. Cruelty to child is the charge.
Your Honor, brief facts of the case is that on December 21st, 2023, the officer conducted a traffic stop on a 2004 Dodge Ram truck for driving in the roadway with no tag, on the roadway with no tag. The officer turned on his blue lights and his sirens, and the vehicle refused to stop and continued to drive at a very slow rate of speed. The driver continued driving and refused to stop until the vehicle eventually came upon a dead end at 532 Cleveland Ave. The officer then exited the vehicle, gave verbal commands for the individual to step out, at which point the defendant jumped out of the vehicle and gave chase into the woods for the officer. The recommendation from the state, Your Honor, is a signature bond through the pretrial services, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and no driving while out on bond.
Mr. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is a 30-year-old father of 3 minor children, ages 10, 9, and 4. He's lived in Georgia all his life. He graduated from Columbia High School. He's gainfully employed at 1-800-Flowers for the last 2 years. But due to the financial obligation to the 3 children, he can't afford a bond. He does deny the allegations. In the warrant, it states that he was, I guess, fleeing at an extremely slow speed. He states that he was just finding a safe place to stop. I mean, driving at an extremely slow speed doesn't sound like he was trying to get away to me. And then, the warrant states that the officer drew a weapon. Understandably, my client was afraid. I understand he has a criminal history, and we have no objection to the state's recommendation of a signature on bond through pretrial services.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, Your Honor. I do object to the no driving. He does have a valid license. He states that the car is insured, but I would say just no driving if he doesn't have a valid license or insurance or registration. He does need to get to his work and take care of his 3 children.
And Your Honor, just as it relates to it not being fleeing, the allegation is also when he was stopped, he jumped out of the vehicle and fled into the woods. So I just want to be clear about that.
Yes. And yeah. So the warrant states that the officer drew his weapon.
Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. For the no insurance, a $500 signature bond through pretrial, the fleeing, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial, driving while license suspended, $500 signature bond through pretrial, obstruction, $500 signature bond through pretrial, expired and no license plate, $500 signature bond through pretrial, makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, and of course, no driving unless he has a valid driver's license. Good luck to you, sir.
Oh, don't forget about the hold, though.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Number 8,
Number what?
Who is this?
Kelly.
Kelly.
Okay.
Well, he'll report to pretrial, Mr. Howard, after, I guess, that once he deals with his hold.
And that was 3,000 total, correct?
3,000 total, yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Kelly. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Kelly, you've been charged in case 23 CR 008193A with reckless conduct. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
Judge, I'm gonna defer to the state. My file a little incomplete.
Your Honor, our
Okay.
records indicates that this is his first arrest. Your Honor, brief facts of the case is that on December 21st, 2023, the officer was dispatched to 1085. One moment, my computer moved. Apologies. 1085 Hubbard Street Southwest in regards to an animal investigation that occurred at 566 Fletcher Street Southwest. The officer met with the defendant who advised that he was walking home from work when a dog attempted to bite him. The defendant stated that that same dog, he was walking home from work from Value Village on Metropolitan Parkway. He stated that while en route home, he stated that that same dog had bitten him previously before last week. He spoke with the owner about the matter, but she didn't do anything about it. He stated that on that particular day, he was walking home and he saw the dog wasn't on a leash, and so the dog began to approach him. He stated that he then pulled his firearm out and let one shot in the air to scare the dog away. Your Honor, the recommendation from the state is a $10,000 surety bond, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, but the state certainly understands that it's up to the discretion of the court to make that decision.
Thank you. Mr. Cook?
Yes, Your Honor. This is we don't seem to have any proof of a record. I don't believe he has one. I guess this can be considered violent only in this only to the extent he shot a gun in the air, allegedly. But a dog was chasing him. Dogs kill people. We all know that. We all read about it. Dog had attacked him before. This case screams for a SOB through the jail. This man has no record.
Okay. It'll be a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. So I'm going to let you out, Mr. Kelly, but you're going to have to give up your firearm while this is pending. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 7, Jordan.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jordan. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good afternoon, Judge. Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Jordan, you've been charged in case 23 CR 008191G with false report of a crime and giving false information to law enforcement. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
It's his third arrest. On probation for DUI. He got another DUI arrest.
The brief facts of this case is that on December 21st, 2003, the officer responded to a call at 737 Miami Circle about shots fired. The call came from over the air from dispatch who stated that a male whose name was James advised that a female wearing a long black trench coat and tan undercoat shot him. The officer drove up to the location. He saw a female matching the description across the street, running from the location that the call came in from. The officer was able to detain said female without incident. The defendant then walked across the street and advised the officer that he was the one that called 911. The officer then asked for his name, to which he gave the name of Samaj. The 911 caller gave the name of James when they called in. The officer was able to get the identification of the male who advised that his name was actually James Anthony Jordan Jr. The defendant advised that he does not go by James, despite the fact that that's the name that he gave the 911 dispatcher. And he decided to give the name Samaj because it is James spelled backwards. When the officer asked the defendant what had occurred, he advised that nothing had occurred and that the female was his wife and that everything was all good now. The officer then asked the defendant if he had been shot by his wife, Miss Marina Jordan, who they had detained. And the officers attempted to speak with Miss Jordan, but she declined to make any statements. Officers were able to recover a firearm from the defendant that had no evidence that it had ever been fired. The officers also did not see any visible gunshot residue from the firearm. They also were able to canvass the area, saw no shell casings, were able to locate no shell casings, and I guess spoke with several other people who advised that they did not hear gunshots in the area. The recommendation from the state, Your Honor, is a signature bond through the jail, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and nothing further to add from the state at this time, Your Honor.
Any objection to any of that, Mr. Cook?
No objection, Your Honor. Is that level one?
The recommendation was through the jail.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't want to go. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Your Honor.
I
Yes,
can put him through. I can put him through pretrial if you want me to.
No, Your Honor. Sorry.
Okay. All right, you're fine.
I'm just thinking about all the presents I have to buy this weekend. I'm distracted.
Okay. For each charge, it'll be a $500 signature bond through the jail, makes for a total of $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Only utilize 911 if there's an actual emergency, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Jordan.
Going back to Patrick Weems.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I really don't want to make an enemy out of the court, but I just don't see Keisha Gregory on the list today.
Sheet, Brandon.
We accuse her.
How you accusing somebody not on the bullshit?
Is she a bind over?
What is the booking number, Brandon?
Let me see.
I'll look it up.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second.
Judge, he trying to give us more work.
Okay, let's see. I still don't have anything on Mr. Weems.
I got it, Brandon. It's in the chat.
Your Honor, this is ASG Mecca Anderson. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Miss Anderson. I'm doing well. I hope you are too.
I am. I've been watching everything and waiting on Weems. I don't have any ability to get any information on this case to be able to work it up.
Okay, is there a Riverside issue?
I don't know anything about it, Your Honor. I can't view anything on this case because we have no access to it apparently.
Okay, can we possibly set this until tomorrow's calendar?
Yes, Judge, he was just booked in on the 21st yesterday.
Okay, so I'll be on tomorrow's calendar, so let's address Mr. Weems when we have when you all are ready to move forward. Anybody have an objection to any of that? Okay, all right,
Your
I'll see
Honor.
you tomorrow. I'll see you
sorry.
tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Weems.
Your Honor,
Yes.
could we, after my embarrassment on Mr. Jordan, could we go back? What was the amount of the signature bond on James Jordan?
On Jordan?
Uh-huh.
Is that the one? Okay, it was a $500 signature bond per charge made for a total of $1,000 signature bond through the
Okay.
jail.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For position number 2, Mr. John Davis, he waived his appearance.
Okay. So can we go ahead and do Mr. Davis? Are we ready for him? Who's representing Mr. Davis?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
okay. Sorry, Keith. If you're doing it, that's fine. I just sent over the waiver.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I think you had him yesterday.
I had him yesterday. If you've talked to him, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Yes, you had him yesterday and he was a medical reset. He has COVID.
Right. I'm sorry. You're right.
okay. So let's see. This is case 23 CR 008155D, John Davis, who was charged with criminal trespass and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is there a history, Mr. Howard?
He's getting ready to do it now.
27 total. He got a trespass from this year, on probation out of state court. Loitering problem, trespass, death by taking. 2022 fade to appear. Couple of trespasses from last year. 2022 probation, 2020 probation, 2018 burglary conviction, 2012 burglary conviction out of Kentucky. That's all.
What's the recommendation, Mr. Howard?
Level 3.
Okay. Ms. Pope, is this your case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. This incident took
Okay.
place on December 20th, 2023, when officers Marshall and Akerson were dispatched to 303 Peachtree Center Avenue, the Truist Plaza, on a criminal trespass. Upon arrival, security on scene, Mike Stafford, stated that a black male keeps returning on property and was just recently criminally trespassed under a different case number by an Officer Wade. Upon entry to the business, officers located the defendant and placed him in custody. He was transferred to Grady Hospital for being under the influence of suspected drugs. It was also indicated that he was smoking a crack out of a clear container known as a crack pipe, which is the basis of the second count. For count 1, $1,000 surety bond, stay away from 303 Peachtree Center, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. Count 2, JR through the jail. The reason for the surety bond is he does have a prior criminal trespass from this year, as well as 3 criminal trespasses from 2022, in addition to all of the other charges.
Mr. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 34 years old. He is homeless. He was already reset yesterday because he's sick. I'm going to ask for a signature on bond through pretrial services. It can be level 3, just because I know there is a history and maybe some concern, but he does have an address and he qualifies for public defender services. So we would help him to understand his obligation to return to court. Nothing further, Your Honor.
I'd like for him to have a social worker visit, if you could, Mr. Ty. I don't want to set him up for failure, on this matter, so I'm going to send it through the jail, given his circumstances. So on each count, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail, which makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. A social worker visit to, possibly help him with, housing if he needs it. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, while out on bond, and stay away from the incident location.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see. Courtroom 2, position number 5. Is there an announcement on that one?
Number 5, all waive their appearance.
Okay,
Is that Mr. Gay?
thank you. That's correct.
Thank you.
So that's position 5, case 23 CR 008194D. Tavarius Gay charged with criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history?
Let me see what it started at. 30 total. 2022 Cobb County Battery, Riot and Penal Institution. On probation for possession of meth with intent in Cobb. And Fulton burglary in the second. Criminal damage to property. Possession of tools, obstruction, trespass, possession of a controlled substance. 22 SC 182301. Also in Fulton got burglary, smash, and grab, 5 counts. Possession of tools, 4 counts. Theft by taking, 2 counts. Criminal damage to property, 2nd degree, 2 counts, and burglary. 23 SC 190971. You want me to keep going?
You're fine. Thank you, Mr. Howard. Ms. Pope?
Yes, Your Honor, this incident took place on November 26, 2023, when officers responded to 848 Bonneville Terrace Northwest, Atlanta, Fulton County, Georgia, on a damage to property call. Ms. Shakina Gay, the mother of the defendant, Tobias Gay, told the police that her son was upset because she would not give him a ride. He then punched 2 holes in the wall, shattered the front door window, and took the TV off the TV mount and let it drop onto the floor. According to the warrant, the damage was less than $500. During the investigation, the victim did say that her son has MH issues and she's afraid of him. I will tell you that our office did have an opportunity to speak with her. I'm not sure if she's on the Zoom call. She did indicate she would be. She also indicated that he has substance abuse issues. She says she's not in fear of him now, but the state still has some concerns. The recommendation was, and according to my GCIC, showed that he had a hold out of Jonesboro and Marietta. So the recommendation was a UJR, sorry, to the holds, or pretrial level 1 to the holds. No further violent contact with Shakina Gay.
Any objection to any of that, Mr. Cook?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, so it'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial, level 1, no further violent contact with Ms. Gay, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. And I'm sorry, I didn't, if Ms. Shakina Gay is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Okay, does not appear so. Okay,
Judge, he
yes.
was level 3, but I didn't say it because I wasn't sure he was gonna get a signature bond. But the recommendation was level 3.
Okay,
Just an FYI.
okay,
He's
thank you.
got a hold. I'm not sure how much.
I'll leave it at level 1, for now, given the allegations. Okay, is there anyone else that we're missing?
No, we're completely in courtroom 2, Judge.
Your
Okay.
Honor, Miss Gregory, we are missing her. I don't know how she got lost in the fray there, but we are missing her, and so I don't want her to necessarily not be addressed or stay in for another day.
For who?
Miss Gregory,
Ms. Gregory.
I can give you her accusation number and her booking number.
What number is she on the calendar?
She didn't make it to the calendar, unfortunately. But she has an accusation number and she was on the pull sheet.
She was not on the pull sheet. Let me say the name again.
Now that's more difficult. It's Zarkeisha, Zerkeshia.
And what's the last name?
Gregory, Gregory.
No, she's not on our pull sheet.
Okay. I don't know
Okay.
how.
Is there a Riverside issue? I mean, is there any
She was
reason we
booked
can't-
in yet. She was booked in yesterday.
Yeah, she's not on our pull sheet or the calendar, so.
Okay,
Judge
well, I
Morrow?
get, yes, Ms. Anderson.
Mecca Anderson here. I am asking for our copy of that pull sheet right now so we can get to the bottom of this.
Okay. Well, she's not on we don't have her on the calendar. She's not on the poll sheet. She's not with us this afternoon. I take it that there's not a Riverside issue. As such, I'll be on the calendar tomorrow and we'll be happy to address her tomorrow if there's to give the PD's office also the proper time to interview. Okay?
Thank
So
you.
we'll put her on the calendar for tomorrow. Let's see, Francois, are you gonna be with me tomorrow?
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Okay,
Hunt will,
you
and
will?
Milton will.
Okay, all right, well, very good. I'll see you all tomorrow.
All right.
All right, I appreciate it. And let's see, Ms. Champion, whenever you're ready, we can go over the calendar.
Okay. Position number 1 was a $2,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. Position number 2 was a total of $2,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. Position number 3 was a $3,000 pretrial bond level 1 reset further notice. Position number 4 is a total of $5,000 pretrial bond level 3 reset further notice. Position number 5 is a $2,000 pretrial bond level 1 reset further notice. Position number 6 is a total of a $6,500 pretrial bond, level 3 reset further notice. Position number 7 is a total of a $1,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. Position number 8 is a $2,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. Position number 9.
I got 2,000 jail.
Yes, $2,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. Position number 10 is a $3,000 sign-on bond through the jail reset further notice. And position number 11 is a total of a $3,000 pretrial bond level 1 reset further notice. Any questions?
If not, for those of you that will be here tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. For those of you that are not, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Judge. Merry
Hey, but what
Christmas.
number 11?
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Champion, when you get me those orders, I'll get them signed and back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, I'll send them right over.
Okay, very
Hey,
good.
What was
Yes.
gonna be the bond amount? I know it's pretrial, level 1.
Which number?
11.
$3,000.